The question I had, not the question of the week though, is
Good rabbit.
if AEW didn't happen, if AEW never came to existence, WWE just keeps plugging along and Impact's out there and Ring of Honor's out there. Which AEW star or stars do you think would have won at least one WWE title? And I'm talking World Heavyweight Championship, Universal Championship, or one of the Raw or SmackDown women's titles. So I'm not talking women's tag. I'm not talking U.S. title, Intercontinental title, or tag titles.
You're not talking about NXT either?
Hit me with that one more time. What was the beginning of this question?
If AEW... Oh. What if... What if AEW never happened, never came to existence? Which AEW star or stars would have won at least one WWE title by now? Meaning world title, universal title, women's title.
Boy, I am just struggling to. So somebody that's in AEW.
Strictly
Yes.
AEW.
Currently would have stayed with the WWE.
Or got signed.
I'm still stuck on the cube poop thing. I'm struggling to hear what you're saying.
I have a name to start the conversation.
Yeah, well, Ryan's still stuck in shitland.
I'm gonna go with probably the most obvious answer that I could think of, and that is the Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Yeah, I think that's I think that is probably the most obvious one.
Yeah.
I think that she would have been a slam dunk in that women's division. I think her playing that heel persona to battle a Sasha Banks or a Becky Lynch on whichever brand Charlotte Flair's not on, she would have fit that role perfectly. So I think Britt's the obvious answer here. I feel like there would have been a lot of members of this AEW roster that would have been great NXT champions. And Joe on our show has made this comment on the show, and he said it to me multiple times. Black and Gold NXT was really the developmental area for AEW.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because it ends up being like all of the guys that Triple H wanted and had and was building around are now primary members of the AEW roster.
100%. I mean, yeah, without question.
So you have to think there would only be however many more of the people on that roster would have been in NXT. MJF probably would have been a 3-time NXT world champion by now. Because his promos would have been absolutely epic against whoever he was going up against. But I don't think, and this is, again, no offense to anybody on the AEW roster, I don't think any of them are defeating the 500-day reign of Mr. King Tang Walla Walla Bing Bang.
Right, and like that's the crazy thing is like I went down over the AEW roster and I pulled
Kenny Omega,
3 men's names, and I picked 2 women's names.
Kenneth Omega.
Omega is one.
Are we talking about ex-WWE guys? Because you could obviously throw Moxley and Jericho into easy
I didn't
layups.
include I didn't include like Jericho or Moxley or anybody like that.
Yeah, I guess I thought that's where I got confused. That was somebody that was in the WWE and went.
I mean, if you want to use that as an answer, then by all means go ahead.
I mean, that's why I seek the clarification.
I didn't go that route because I'm like, they were already there. Now, one could maybe argue like CM Punk, if he would have come back to WWE, which I don't necessarily think he would have. You could maybe
had a better shot at him wrestling in Ring of Honor if AEW never existed again.
Or not at all. Maybe he just doesn't come back. Like, because it's not like Ring of Honor wasn't there. It's not like New Japan.
I think he needed that time away from.
Oh, absolutely.
Everything and everybody. So.
Yep.
But I think the reason he came back when he did is coming out of the. Now, I'm not saying coming out of the pandemic yet, but like coming out of no crowds of the pandemic, and then AEW starts getting into some bigger buildings, and you have the opportunity to go into the United Center and bring out CM Punk. I think that was the perfect storm there.
For sure.
But I had Kenny Omega. I had Adam Page, and maybe he doesn't get that to that level.
He may, but it only would be the title that he had, because it would he like I said, there's nobody that's beating Roman.
No, and
Page fits that build of like.
But really, I mean, they could have also have won it before Roman starts this reign as well. And the other one I had,
I see what you did there, Reign. That was a good use
and
of the name.
I'm thinking it from the aspect of, we had the Miz as a WWE champion last year. Like, to me, a great feud for WWE champion Miz is challenger MJF. Just give me the promos with those two guys. But those are the three men on the roster. I don't know if Ryan or Mark, if you guys have any other ones that come to mind for you. But those are the literally going down the entire roster in AEW. Those are literally the only three that I came up with.
I mean,
I just put up like the original AEW roster, and
nothing.
I mean, that wasn't a huge list. Penta, maybe, but I don't feel like the WWE knows how to book outside of Rey Mysterio a guy that wears a mask.
I don't think they know how to book Rey Mysterio.
Exactly, I don't think they do. I mean, that's the best.
That's what I'm saying. So
they just. I don't think they want other masked people there. Penta would be the only other name. I mean, I put up a graphic here. Page, Brandon Cutler, Jericho, Christopher Daniels, hell of a wrestler. I don't think he gets over in the WWE in that spot. Chuck Taylor, Joey Janela, Jimmy Havoc, Redacted, Kazarian, the Young Bucks, but that's a tag team. I don't think they have single success. The only other name
Impact tried
probably
that. They were
be
called
a
Generation
woman,
Me.
Nyla Rose.
That was the other woman's name that I had. It was Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Nyla Rose, and nobody else.
You know, she's a dentist.
Dr. Britt Baker is a dentist.
She's a
dentist. The only other name that kind of stands out, and it's because of how far she's come since she joined the AEW roster. I'm gonna go with
Brandy
Dark
Rhodes.
Order's Anna Jay.
Yeah, that's better than Brandy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better than Brandy.
Like, does the Dark Order come to WWE like as the Dark Order? Because like
no, because at that point they would just be like offlings of the Wyatt family.
Right.
That's what
and it's not.
No, but Anna, given her in-ring work has gotten tenfold better since where she started.
Mm-hmm.
Her look is very WWE in
good point.
Her costumes and everything along those lines, and she's someone who has got, like I said, has increasingly gone up the ladder. Obviously, this is the same topic that you're bringing to our show later tonight.
Correct.
So I'll spoil what Joe is going to say because he's not here yet. He's actually coming up right now. He's going to mention a name that makes a lot of sense too, and it's because of how good she's gotten, because she was a 0 when she started, and that is the TBS champion, that bitch, Jade Cargill.
Okay,
she fits the WWE like
she does.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
The storm hair, the being jacked as fuck, like she just fits all of that.
You are 100% right. You are.
Does she fit that in the WWE where Bianca Belair already exists?
Ooh.
She does, because they're all because it's two different. It's two completely different offenses.
Very true, and they could be on different brands too.
Correct. Jade could
different
be the
brands are the
dominating
answer.
force. Correct. Jade could be the dominating force in whatever women's division she's in, whereas Bianca Belair is using her superior athleticism and everything to make it work on the aspect of going up against whomever else. So I think that in the aspect of Jade Cargill being that person, it makes sense on her being the big swole, like the not the swole.
Sure.
Joe, what are you looking for?
Hey, Mark,
The blue
cousin
plastic ones
Brian
by
has
the
your whoopie
coffee.
pies.
What in
all
the
right.
world?
I'm ready for him. Now, they're not
serious.
Miriam's pies. I think he is serious. But it was for a fundraiser, so I had to make an exception. I got some pies from the sweet
Wait.
spot.
Wait, whose fundraiser?
Or little second cousin Betty.
So
Second
wait,
cousin.
what? Are we fucking chopped liver over here at 3 Count Thursday?
I'm
Maybe a-
fairly certain he extended the invite.
Where was this
I
invite?
got the invite
I don't
I
remember
think-
this
for
invite.
whoopie
There
pies.
was an invite.
Where was the invite? How did I miss the invite?
Maybe I'll
Yeah,
share
we're
my
all pretty
whoopie pies
upset
with
about
you.
it.
I mean, I'm upset. I'm definitely upset.
Jim, I'm sorry if that upset you.
I'm a little upset.
that
But
right?
I'll recover.
Whoopee.
But Mark, did you have? Was there any other names that you had?
Boy.
You can
You know,
think of. It's all right,
honestly,
Brian. I'm just going to take a cut of your Super Bowl blocks if you win on Sunday.
He'll pay in whoopie pies.
There we go.
I honestly, I think Kenny Omega would be a stretch. I don't see him coming to WWE. So Britt Baker would
Ooh.
probably be the
Yeah, you
most
better hit
likely.
me up for that sub fundraiser, Brian. That'll make up for it.
Oh, those subs are so good.
Get
those
the
are
little bag of
so-
onions and the tomatoes. Delicious.
So good. You know, you can buy them up here in E-Town. There's a place that sells them, that actual brand of sub.
Are
They
you
get 'em in
serious?
fresh every day. Oh, I am serious. Right down on High Street at Trellis Marketplace.
We
You
will
can
have
go
to
in
talk
there
about
and
that.
get them. You can go in there and get 'em
Um,
anytime you want. You go downstairs and they have them in a little fridge.
Oh my goodness. I did not know that. And that's funny. I was just thinking about those subs the other day because now that I don't work in an office building, you know, you don't have people bringing around the little sub sign up sheets and all
yeah.
of that. Don't
Oh,
worry,
you
Brian.
gotta
I will
get
buy
'em.
from you first and foremost.
The roast beef.
But I was just thinking, I'm like, I haven't had a fundraiser sub in like over 2 years. So man,
It's about pulling
am-
out of that
Girl Scout
bag,
cookies.
isn't it?
dude, it's so good.
Oh, it
And
is.
you,
They're
you
delicious.
pull up the onion bag and then the tomato
onion
and lettuce
sack.
bag.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
just so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Any other thoughts
Awesome.
Doggy.
on this topic before we get to our final one?
We still have more.
We have one more. It's gonna be fine, Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah, I got no one else. I think we've maxed out my thought process.
Yeah, I believe so.